Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, man. Peep game. All right, let's get straight to it. Sorry, I'm a little sleepy. Just got up, heard the news that Terrence Crawford re-upped with Top Rank. I want you guys to understand something. I went to Terrence Crawford's last fight against Jeff Horn. Now, I know people are using him, certain people are trying to insinuate by him re-signing with Top Rank was basically an excuse for him not to fight certain fighters. Um, I gotta say that's complete bullshit. Terrence Crawford ain't ducking nobody, and now based off the fact he signed with Top Rank and re-up, now people using that as an excuse to try to downplay and demean Terrence Crawford and try to you know get at him. Terrence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet, whether you like it or not. You know, I'll get to the Errol Spence situation in a minute. But maybe the reason why Bob Arum decided to sign Terrence Crawford is because he sees in Terrence Crawford what he missed out in Floyd Mayweather. Keep in mind, Bob Arum told Floyd Mayweather that he would never get 20 million per fight. Ever. Well, Floyd exceeded those expectations. And maybe he sees in Terrence Crawford what he missed in Floyd, and that's why he decided to re-sign Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford re-signing with Top Rank doesn't mean he's gonna duck PBC fighters. And people need to stop like putting that bullshit out, okay, and saying that shit. Just because somebody is signed to another promotional company don't mean that he's ducking certain fighters and ducking certain fights. That's bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. You know, as far as Lomachenko go, I saw Black Fight Fans video, and I disagree about that's gonna build up Lomachenko's stature. Because I'm gonna tell you something, Lomachenko secretly behind the scenes, I can tell you that Bob Arum kind of ready to turn his back on Lomachenko because he sees what a lot of other people see. Lomachenko's time is running out. Look at his performance in his last fight. He can sit up there and holler about that he got hurt in the fight all he want. Okay, well, was you hurt when you lost to a journeyman with double digit losses? Was your hand hurt when you lost to Salido? No, it wasn't. And I'm gonna tell you something. Lomachenko will more than likely beat Pedraza. But behind the scenes, Bob Arum was saying, hey man, Pedraza got the tools to give Lomachenko credit, some trouble. And I think that Lomachenko, he'll beat Pedraza. He'll beat him. But I think that's gonna be another fight he gonna struggle in. I think he gonna struggle against Pedraza. Now keep in mind, Tank knocked Pedraza out. Just remember that. And then I think if Lomachenko has another life and death or a close fight with Pedraza, then I can tell you the demand for him to fight Tank is going to start decreasing. I keep telling you that Lomachenko better try to fight Tank now than later. Because I'm telling you now, in 2 years, Lomachenko ain't going to be able to do shit with Tank. He going to get mollywopped. So for all these diehard Lomachenko fans that was talking that shit that he gonna humiliate and he gonna do this to Tank and all that type of shit, no he ain't. No he ain't. And I'm gonna tell you something else behind the scenes too that y'all need to understand while y'all making some of these videos talked about Tank is afraid of Lomachenko. No the fuck he ain't. No he ain't. When you talk to somebody behind the scenes versus talking to them on camera, I'm a good judge of character, and I can read somebody's demeanor and the body language. I could tell you Tank ain't afraid of Lomachenko. I trust in that. Trust. But for y'all, I know that it's a lot of diehard Errol Spence fans, and I'm a fan of Errol Spence too. But stop making it look like that this is an excuse for Terrence Crawford to duck Errol Spence, because that's not true. Now, as far as negotiations go to make that fight ain't gonna happen probably till at least the later end of 2019. But as far as Steven Espinosa go, it ain't about Steven Espinosa feeling some kind of way based off what Eddie Hearn, did to him. Top Rank has already did joint ventures with PBC or Al Heyman managed fighters, so it could happen. ESPN has already said they willing to pay a big lump sum of money to Errol Spence to get exclusive rights to that fight. And keep in mind, Errol Spence doesn't have an exclusive deal yet. This is what I've been saying, why Steven Espinosa need to start locking these fighters up. That's why I asked him that. But for real, y'all, Terrence Crawford already said on several occasions that he'll fight PBC fighters. Okay? I don't think it's going to be that big of a stretch or that difficult to make certain fights. Certain fights may have to go to a purse bid or just, whatever the case may be. But I can see Terrence Crawford fighting some of those PBC fighters. I think Terrence Crawford is a man of his word. Now, after David Benavidez, after he, takes care of business, more than likely in that fight, we'll see what happens. ESPN got a deal with Top Rank and Terrence Crawford. Then you have Showtime and Fox. So I do think certain things can happen. But by no stretch of the imagination is Terrence Crawford afraid of Errol Spence. That's just not true. He wants that fight. And the fight is going to eventually happen. It's going to be a tough negotiation, but I think it'll get done. And I think it'll happen. I don't think it's going to be in the same category or what happened with Deontay Wilder and AJ. But y'all got to stop just automatically assuming just because somebody ain't on the PBC roster, and they on another roster, that they afraid of PBC fighters. Because that's not the case. Okay? I'm just giving my perspective of the whole thing. For real. These fights gonna get made. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence is gonna happen. That's a fight I can almost assure you, I guarantee it's gonna happen. And it ain't gonna have nothing to do with Terrence Crawford being a top ranked fighter versus Errol Spence being a PBC fighter. Because like I said before, I think Bob Arum realizes that Errol Spence is more of a value than Lomachenko. Because there's only so much you could do with Lomachenko. Because like I said, who can Lomachenko fight at 140? Y'all really think that Lomachenko could go up to 140 and beat some of those dudes or all those dudes at 140? Y'all really think he could beat Regis Prograis? Y'all really think Lomachenko could go up to 147 and take on those guys at 147? No, absolutely not. So that's what I'm saying. And Crawford is a welterweight. So you could do more with Crawford. Keep in mind, Crawford just won ESPN's Fighter of the Year. So I'm just giving y'all my honest perspective, man. For real, man. Some of y'all got to stop, y'all, for real, y'all got to stop, man, with some of this, this dude is this. Like I said, whether we like it or not, Terrence Crawford then been undisputed. He's been undisputed. So for you guys to be upset that he re-signed with Top Rank, and I'm kind of on the fence with that too. I kind of don't like that. I would have rather he been, a free agent to see what's out there. But look on the bright side. At least he ain't with the zone. Okay? So there's still hope for these fights getting made. To be honest with you, to a certain degree, if a fight really, 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 really want to be made, people gon' take the proper channels and make these fights happen, like Lennox Lewis said. And more than likely, I think Crawford and Spence will probably be some kind of joint pay-per-view venture between either ESPN and Showtime or whatever the case may be. If Errol Spence doesn't have an exclusive deal with Showtime, then once again, maybe a bidding war and ESPN will get the rights to the fight. But I do believe that fight is going to happen down the line. And I mean, you guys don't have to try to, attack and, demean Terrence Crawford because he didn't sign with Al Heyman. When I say the dude will fight anybody, he will fight anybody. And it's not a duck. Y'all got to stop being quick to label somebody a ducker just because he signed a deal with Top Rank. And as far as the Tim Bradley situation go, Tim Bradley was Tim Bradley. Okay? This is a totally different situation. Tim Bradley was never considered pound for pound best fighter on the planet where Terrence Crawford is. Terrence Crawford on many people's list is number one, number two best fighter on the planet. That's fact. Okay? So I'm just giving y'all some food for thought right quick. But let me get back to sleep. Like I said, I really wish Terrence Crawford might have considered going a different route, but hey, if Bob Arum told him that he was going to possibly make him the number one guy or whatever the case may be, then we'll see. Now, could this backfire on Terrence Crawford somewhere down the line? Absolutely. Only time will tell. I'm out.